And we are here. We are here. The final stage of the final round of the main stage of the winter seasonal. And that's not Mono, but that is Digi. Mono wasn't able to make it today, and Digi lives for this type of stuff. Welcome, Digi.
Shaking off the rust a little bit, but I think we got a good matchup installed today. Who's playing Incheon? What are we looking forward to?
Well, let's just jump right into it because this match is, in fact, everybody's here. This is how hungry these people are. We are going to be seeing the 82nd AD versus 116th. And this is really a match that I think a lot of us are kind of surprised to see in this later end. We expected probably one, if not both of these teams to already make their way into the playoffs. But what's at stake today? Win and you're in either the 6th, 7th, or 8th seed on the playoff. Lose and you're out. This is the end of the winter or the spring seasonal for you.
So we're riding a cliff edge, is what you're telling me. That's this should be a real good fight because these guys are just hungry, trying to stay into the game. Yeah, I'd be fighting like hell if it was me in here.
Indeed. Well, and this is going to be one of those matches that, I mean, if you go back to how the fall seasonal finished up, 82nd AD with DC took third place, really shocked, knocked off WTH, got them their first loss. WTH wound up going through the redemption bracket and coming back to win it all. 82nd AD without DC has struggled. I mean, you can see here on the screen, they've gotten some quality wins. They were able to knock out the Polish, struggled a little bit to the blacklist. That knocked them down in there. Picked up a win against EG, lost to Trigger, and now they're here. Meanwhile, 116th has gone the gauntlet of all the American teams, picked up a win against Tri-Rex. We faced them as a Spring Core, OP, and BHB against on SME. Then they went into Line, very heavily favored against the Line. The Line wound up winning them on 3-2, and that's how they wound up seeing this position here. So interesting.
Is that you in the background, or are you picking up somebody else's feedback from one of the people you're going to be following today?
That might be me in the background.
I hear a lot of crunching, and if you would, please share on the Discord so I can see graphics.
Will do. Give me 1 second here, real quick.
It wouldn't be a show without some technical difficulties.
It would not.
Well, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Fighting a little bit of allergies.
I'm right there with you, brother. Spring is here and my nose is running. So I honestly, I love to see all the flowers bloom, but god damn, does it hit you right in the senses.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a spring seasonal without a little bit of allergies, right?
That's right. Hope you brought your Claritin for today.
Well, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about this match here. Specifically, let's do some forecasts. I mean, it's Utah, a match that we've seen a lot, but how are these teams going to play out in Utah, and how do we think they're going to go ahead and go against each other? I'm going to take some bold predictions here. One of the things that we loved going back and forth. And I mean, to say, on the poll, it's favored 116th, but let's break that down a little bit more. I think from a commander, if we don't see Gem commanding, which hashtag free Gem.
Hashtag free Gem.
Yes, indeed. Get him out on the battlefield. I think the commanding edge is actually going to be going to 116th on this one. Very experienced commander, knows his stuff. We've seen that Airhead smoke combo come out a few times. And that's going to be interesting to see the way it comes out. Infantry, I think 82nd AD, I think Digi, that they wound up winning the 18v18 tournament.
Yeah, really solid shooters all around. I think they've got that tactical gameplay down pat. So should see a lot of good quick peeks and headshots galore coming out of 82nd AD.
Indeed. Armor wise, expect to see 4 armor right off the beginning. 116 very aggressive with their armor, very great coordination with their infantry. Armor advantage, got to give it to 116th, but don't sleep on 82nd AD. They got 2 solid tank crews. Question is, are their tank crews with their infantry going to be able to counter the depth that 116th has? But what they will be able to counter nicely is artillery. 82nd AD with Merc back there has got some of the best artillery players in the games. These guys love playing artillery. They know this map. They got pre-registered. They've done their homework. It's going to be interesting to see if they get bottled in 116th. Expect to see 82nd AD come in and punish them for that concentration of infantry forces. But Digi, the best way to counter Hardy on this map is not necessarily recon per se. Go back to that armor. It's those long distance armor shots.
I was going to say smoke and run really fast, but yeah, no, 100%. You definitely want to use your tanks to full advantage to kind of counteract the arty. We've seen gameplay where you can pretty much shoot arty from 600, 700 meters away. Tanks will be your best friend at neutralizing good, effective arty coming at you.
Indeed. And we got 13 seconds to the map flip here. Finally, give it to the X Factor. 116th, second place in the German Cup. Winners of the Greyhound Cup, their own namesake. Summer Cup, I think they wanted to take a second. These guys are storied. They're hungry. And they got the experience. I think this one we're going to see. I think we're going to see 116th wind up favoring this one. But there's a reason why you play the game. And with that said,
away we go.
Indeed. Point layout. Oh, love seeing this point layout, especially this is a competitive point layout here. Let me find my artillery guy. We are using top, bottom, side to side. Every single one of these points is up right now. Let's go ahead and jump in here. Chapel at the beginning. Chapel expect to see 116th take this one. It does wind up favoring them, but let's go ahead and come over here from the German side. We're going to be going at the bottom here, St. Marie approach. Then we're going to be coming up through Drowned Fields. And look at this. Look at this distance we have to cover between these two. 700 meters between Chapel and Drowned Fields. Finally, we're going to keep right on the same point here. Meanwhile, we're about 470 meters. Well, let's go close that math. We'll call 440. On the Allied side, or that's going to be 116th from AA Battery. And then if 82nd wants to 5-0 this one, they're going to have to go right back into the middle on Red Roof House. Let's go ahead and take a look, though, see how these defenses for the Greyhounds are coming up. See that they're looking like they're prioritizing defending one gun. We see the Union here out there hammering away.
That's your money shot gun right there. They're putting on full defenses for that one gun, as you say. Exactly. And it is, again, you get a good sniper, gets pretty happy. A big smile comes across their face when they go against arty here on the beach. Well, pretty open target.
Digi's going to be on 116th side. Expect to see some vehicles come in, start to defend that one. We see some squad leaders up here on the line with those OPs down, getting those redeploys. But this is all going to be about the Chapel. All going to be about the Chapel. And Digi, really two places on the Chapel here that we just really like to focus on. That compound to the north and this T intersection to the south. Tell us a little bit more about those.
Oh, is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Chapel's a really good balanced fight coming in from that north and south position. I prefer always coming in off the north side. I get a really good angle down from that top compound. But, I think give credit where credit's due. South does have a little bit more cover. I just prefer going from the north myself. I don't know why. I guess I've done it and I haven't looked the other way about it. But I think you're going to see some really good gunplay on both sides. We'll have to see how they want to stack up and break out their partition of soldiers, put more heavy weight on the top or more heavy weight on the bottom. But we have seen the 50-50 approach be successful in the past. I really think you're going to see more success just weighing down heavier from one direction. But we'll see how it pans out in the gameplay beginning now.
And if 82nd's smart on this one, because of the point layout, they're not going to overcommit to that northern compound because their second point is all the way to the back. Really drawn here right in that Tennessee orange, if you will, that T intersection. I want to see how much if they adjust to that T intersection or they because of the point layout, or they just go with that upper compound. And first vehicle's not quite coming in just yet.
They're just breaking into that G column now. Should start to see some traffic. Let's go ahead and
pull up our maps here. Let's see what we got on your map. Check this out side by side. Because Digi's over on their admin cam, we're on this one. We're able to see the deployment on here, the troops. Interesting, you actually see 116th taking that supply truck, already getting some garrisons up around AA Battery. Actually, corresponding supply truck on the southern side of the point, down there in D8 from 82nd AD. But cap progress does...
Looks like they were loading up about a 50-50 split north-south here coming out of 116. They lost all of their soldiers coming in for that middle push. 82nd AD was able to close that out. I think that's really good effective already falling on their heads. They are
Yep.
doing the double crash with the light tanks.
Yep, so here he is, zooming in. Interesting layout on there. 82nd takes that truck right. Oh, but artillery shot from 116th takes out half
Money.
of that truck. Yep, not all of it.
Way downtown, bang goes the dynamite.
Is it boom or bang?
Bang.
Greyhound quickly goes out as those 116 takers make their presence known on this. We see a Stewart and a Sherman over here on the top, the east side of the chapel. Cap progress still going to 82nd. Now, interesting enough, notice that 82nd hasn't contested any of that northern compound. Meanwhile, 116th has got a full squad on there.
Right, GR, we are seeing some pretty good progress coming in. Lockdown from the north on 116. They are just kind of taking a nice leisurely stroll right now. You know, there's really not a lot of pressure from 82nd AD to come in at this northern compound. It's kind of like the light scattered troops just kind of making their way there. But I think if 116 can really build it up here, they could flood right down. But oh my goodness, 82nd AD, this gorgeous artillery falling down.
Well, check that. 116th just gets a little bit of cap progress now as they start to roll this armor into the strong point. Still got one individual in there, but a significant amount of cap pressure from 82nd coming from the south. Can 116th, though, take that sector pressure? They're set up for it with that northern compound and this armor. We see the effects of 82nd AD artillery continuing to come in. And one lone capital here from 82nd AD, the one lone soldier inside that church, saying a few Hail Marys. That's why I keep him around. He laughs at even the bad jokes, people.
You're right, you are. That guy's just posting and toasting. Let's see what he can do.
So, really, two halves right now. 116th not letting them get full cap progress. As 82nd AD. Okay, now we do see a Panther come in, destroys one Sherman over there on the distance. Is he gonna be able to get the Stewart? Gets a little. They're both in line. Expect to see this Stewart go down. Oh, it actually bounces off of him. Can the Stewart come out alive? Another bounce. Stewart using that defensive ability there. Can he get 3 in a row? No, third time's the charm. As 116th armor.
To my screen, we got the fight for the House of Holy here. Capital, as he said, 82nd AD. He's got that one guy just locking down the church here. And he is gone. We are full control, 116 on the strong point. Central Capital Church.
Let's go ahead and look at the northern compound. And, now we start to see 82nd starting to shift a squad up here on the north side. Squad reinforced. Actually, I counted right here. We got about 2 squad leaders, 3 squad leaders, 1 going on the way north side into Win 4. But this is an interesting play from 82nd because they had the advantage of the T intersection. Now maybe realizing, or maybe calling out, thinking that they got the point, putting some pressure on that northern compound. But that is a lot of open distance to cover. Interesting, very interesting here. We actually start to see this is gonna be a nice little play here. Let's see who this assault player is. If he can use this canal, this is an underrated approach to the chapel. Looks like Jarville.
Hope he brought his water wings.
Yep. If he can come in here undetected, he's got some smoke. He's gonna go ahead and hop on the right side of the hedge using that T intersection cover. Well, actually got a nice shot right inside the church. But he winds up going down. A swap there. And we actually see 116 doing keeping each other together very well.
82nd AD, yes, you're drifting right through it and getting in 420 there, bro. Has brought in smoke artillery rounds to flood up that southern approach into the church. See if that smoke becomes effective for them to kind of shield their approach in from the south. Looks like they're still mostly 82nd AD is bringing all of their forces from that southern approach, and like you said, kind of light coming in from the canal, but their main focus is setting up on that south side.
I like the way you pronounce that. Kind of like a light pressure coming from this. Like almost a weather forecast. There's a light 82nd AD coming from the south of Chapel. Expect some heavy smoke, followed by some afternoon artillery or afternoon HE.
precipitating body parts flying through the air. This Artie has been very lethal. Like I think you were accurate in your assumption on the Artie call out.
Yeah, it's been, so they've had 82nd's had the artillery, they've gotten the armor advantage, but what they haven't been able to break through, surprisingly, is actually into the strong point, as 116th has really concentrated their forces on that northeast side. But as we're talking about that northern compound, look here at the bottom of your screen right now. We're orientated to the north. We actually see a squad starting to influence that T intersection. If 116th gets the northern compound and the T intersection, Goodnight Chapel, it's going to the Germans.
I think it's important to note we do have some tanks coming in for 82nd AD. I see a Tiger. I see a medium tank as well coming in from the middle. That is going to be crucial in trying to do that initial spearhead right through the middle. Effective Artie and tanks is going to be critical to take this point.
Well, and let's go ahead. I talked about how 82nd's not getting any pressure, but you're right. Those armor, along with the artillery, now is actually, we've got a squad size element 82nd starting to get in here. Let's see if Smectus, we just got an OP. Oh, artillery just takes out 3. And I don't know how artillery right now is avoiding their own forces and just targeting on 116th. That is some skilled. Oh. So with that said, looks like a satchel in play on Chapel. It's going to go ahead and reduce that attacking force down to just 2 on the outskirts. But look at this, 116th over on the T intersection. It's going to be a lot harder for 82nd to be able to get that push. Meanwhile, Digi up at the compound actually looks like 82nd starting to make some pressure.
Some headway on the north side. Should we get some good fun gun battles here? And let's see if that 82nd infantry advantage holds true.
Yeah. Now, cap pressure did go up to about 80% from 82nd right off the bat. We're now 12 minutes into the opening here, and we still haven't gotten the first point decided, as 116th got it all the way back down to neutral. Now with this last squad push supported by the armor, 82nd looks to possibly have all the ingredients needed to secure the chapel.
I think this is what the kids call a sweaty game. I'm going to have to open up a beer.
Yep, we'll just call this a whiskey game. Ooh, HP goes down. Didn't see who got him there. That might have been Jimmy there with the MG. Meanwhile, Jimmy goes down. The curse of the admin cam. 116th now reacting to this. Not a lot in the strong point for 82nd. A few kills here or there, but
yeah, the under sweep by 116 taking the focus on that south side. They let go of the main focus, and that is that surrender point at the chapel.
Yeah, but look at all those bodies up on the north side. The 116th prioritizing that compound is going to go ahead and forego the cap on the chapel. First cap right now, about 12.5 minutes into the match, goes to 82nd. But check this out, 82nd we got an early cap pressure contesting with 1 over there. Actually, check that. A few more. Let's go ahead and pull up our side-by-side maps here. Look to see how the situation is lining up. We do got one squad, Romeo squad, Jekyll. We'll call it Jekyll. There's no R in there. Putting his squad, getting some early cap pressure. 116's going to have the garrison's going to be able to react, but this allows them to fall back. 82nd AD looking to drop supplies into that compound, holding this T intersection. Greyhounds look to be on the back end here.
Well, I gotta say, where's the beef? We only got 1 tank rolling up here for 116 coming in. George 5-6 line. How many tanks you got active there for 82nd AD right now?
Well, I got a duo here, a 2-man, a duo of duos. I got a duo and a tray. I got a heavy tank and a medium tank, right in that position that you called out there earlier, Digi, right in the face of the chapel, allowing that squad there, which was wound up being successful into the point. Look at this garrison disposition, obviously focusing on the key points. Compound up north, which is getting some a little bit lit right there. T intersection being the priority. Really love this with that layout. Another supply drop looking to go in the back. Possibly, I was going to say, I don't think they'll be building garrison there. Might see a repair station.
I think that armor's really giving it some teeth on that attack on Chapel. Just gonna have to see what the response is by 116, if they're gonna focus and prioritize, as they have completely cleared out on that top compound that they put a heavy focus on at the beginning.
Yep.
Looks like they may be able to sweep it on the south side, but we'll see how that plays.
I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of time. This is one of the little mini games here. Let's look at the artillery battle back here. While you had your map, I did notice a spotter for 1/16th right in the background here. Instead, we actually see two snipers flanking the positions of this point. And interesting enough, I'm not seeing a lot of defenses here from the 82nd. We got people running around, got some smoke. We can see some vehicles happening.
Just kind of really hanging it all out there. I don't know about the no defense. We still here over on the other side is just the money gun. Still kind of hanging loud and proud down here on the beach.
The money gun?
We got the money gun still loaded up, well defended. He's just carrying away. They are just doing one player per gun. They do have that guy just kind of rolling out in the open, but he has not seen any engagements so far. But we do got two guns banging away. Definitely got to be important to keep at least that money gun up and rolling.
Indeed, indeed.
Botanic running the show here on the middle one.
So as we fly back over to the chapel here, let's go ahead and take this 1/16th, looking to get a squad, not full squad just yet, into some of these trenches, but 82nd holding this one from the top to the bottom, everything around chapel. Really doing a good job here right now.
82nd AD just saying resistance is futile as they're punching this all the way out through the middle.
Indeed. Liking it. I'm liking it. Hold tight.
If we're gonna get a peekaboo game here with the tanks. And the Tiger has shut it down. 76 has been taken out for 1/16 by the Crouching Tiger.
Yeah. Well, and I'll stand corrected here. This is coming in 1/16th. Really thought they had the armor advantage, but this 82nd AD has been doing really well. We see a couple engineers making sure. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Nice play from 82nd. Talked about that supply drop at the beginning there. Two engineers come out. Oh no! Oh no! Terminator's like, no, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. I'm gonna go ahead.
Friends close.
But look, double repair station here. So not only did that supply drop build one, but both these engineers came out. They understood how important this armor is. He's going to be able. Both those repair stations do cumulatively, they double the repair speed of that Tiger. And then obviously you throw a couple engineers behind it. They're going to wind up doing that. So smart.
He's going to play that peekaboo or off that corner. I think he'll have it pretty much made. Yep. Nothing comes around the backside.
Well, that right there is just some really heads up play by competitive. Some teams are happy just seeing one repair station, two engineers coming out. Unselfish play by 82nd AD getting two repair stations for their Tiger.
So the decision had been made by 1/16. That coin was flipped, and they are going with that northern compound strategy. My favorite. Let's see if it really plays for them. They got to get the rest of that cleared out, get the spawns going, and just start to overwhelm from that top.
Yeah, I have to admit, I was a little perplexed by 82nd's decision not to send anybody to the compound, whether that was a conscious call or whether that was based on the point layout. Thought they had it. Then we've actually whether it was a little bit of a juke, we actually saw them come back up and around. Led to that 12.5-minute fight over the midpoint, but 82nd AD now looking a little light in this compound as once again they balance their forces to the south. 1/16th, as you said, showing a significant amount of pressure trying to come over here from Win 4. And I think, let's see if we got this correctly here. I think we got a little point of views we can jump in. Let's see if we got one of them set up here. This is Kale. Looking, let's see.
Not the vegetable.
Nope. Kyle,
but he is snappy. He's a little crisp.
Yeah, what I'm told. Look at those shots happening there. Now, if I got him correctly, he's looking right at the chapel here, southeast of the chapel, looking at that long ridge line. Nice picking. Looking at that 3-story building. Go ahead and be moving into that.
Say a quick prayer across that field.
Keeping that point up there. Connects on the shot. And looking pretty good. Now, I was going to say, I'm going to go and take it. Oh, and he's dead. As soon as we said good. And this is... That's what his body looks like from above. So...
if you're going to die, die beautifully. Here we have up at the top north compound. You got a good cam here. We do have a garrison by 82nd AD in place. A 116 coming in with the big hive swarm. See it get knocked out here in the next couple seconds. Got a good little gunfight going on here. That's where those 18v18s pay off.
Indeed.
Oh, big wide rocket there.
Ooh, heard that whistle right past the screen.
Oh, it's all hocus pocus right there. Let's see if he can get another shot on it. I don't know who took the shot.
Yep, and we're just past 20 minutes in the match. Remember, this is possibly one of the first seasonal matches you've caught. You've got a great one here. Seasonal has gone through a Swiss system, which means both these teams came into this one 2-2, and then both are matched up based upon the strength of their schedule or their opponent's success after they won or lost. So, we expected, especially in this fifth and final round, to have a very even match. We've seen that right now with the contest on the midpoint taking 12 minutes. We see this back and forth with the now the northern point. We will even refer to this as the Alamo and Grandma's house. I think everybody's got their own name for it. That's for the purposes of the stream.
Meat's back on the menu, boys. There's a lot of explosives coming in at this garrison. I don't know if their 82nd AD's got enough juice here to hold this northern compound. 116 has full control of this three-story house. Or is that, what do we call that, Grandma's house?
That's Grandma's house.
She's baking cookies in the basement there.
Oh, dude, it's lovely this time of year. It smells like lavender.
Okay, here we go. We got Belos and Heiko Kra.
Your guess is as good as mine, buddy. ... We do get the swarm coming in. Let's see here. Oh.
Belos is making it rain.
Wow.
With the bodies here. Let's see if we can get around there and punch it out.
Yep. Just shut that down. Oh, but actually, Capital, our pious Capital in the chapel from earlier, he's going to go ahead and stay back on that garrison, protect it, not submit everything.
He's posting and toasting.
This is the flank versus counter flank. We actually see Terminator over here on the bottom. He's going to go ahead and drop one. Healthy spawn wave comes in on that garrison enough to impact it. But here's something we haven't seen from 116th. Obviously, they know that garrison's there. 116th's artillery just hasn't been happening as they got their one gun. What is happening, though, is we see smoke on the chapel. Keeping an eye on that fight in the top left corner of your screen there with the compound over at Grandma's house. But let's see if they're actually setting up something for the smoke. 116th did... there's a video that went around. Man, spread like wildfire throughout the competitive community. 116th on this map using smoke and an airhead combination. Just been devastating for defenses to try to react to it. We see Oreg being one with the smoke. Look at this little cheeky spot here by Jimmy.
Jimmy on the chapel Jimmy here. Got his eyes
Jimmy,
on the prize there.
Jiminy are on the roof with Fiddler on the roof. That's what going for it? No. I'm sure the chat will think of something better.
Crickets.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not gonna take that one to the bank.
Let's see if he got eyes on Oreg here. Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's got eyes and about 20 rounds of ammunition
Jimmy
just
says,
right into a chest.
if it bleeds, we can kill it with that MG gun. I think I'm watching Predator.
The great line. Great line. Let's go ahead and just scan the south side. Actually, let's go ahead and pull up our maps here and just see how this is being spread out. 82nd really keeping focus on that 5-6 line. We don't see outside that northern compound. Really don't see a northern force. Supply drop starting to go in on the north side. Possibly try to get some pressure on AA battery. But outside that first initial cap progress, nothing's been happening on the AA battery. Everything's been focused around the middle. What are you seeing on the 116 side?
116 still got that northern drive up and alive. We got the garrison running red on F3 there. I think that's just going to keep filling up that northern compound, which is crucial to hold throughout this process. They did have a couple feelers, let's say, down here on the south side in the 7 line. I don't think much is coming out of that. And then just the light pressure, just shooting it right through the middle here off this garrison in G5. But as you know, that is a very tough push after Pointy has been capped.
Yeah, but looking at the resources, I see we're at plus 90s across the board, which means both these commanders, experienced commanders, understanding the importance of reinforce. Both fuel situation, not really looking like a lot, but count just the tanks on the board. 82nd AD, 3 tanks up. In fact,
say again, where's the beef? We've only got the 2 tanks, both our heavies coming out for 116, but not really engaged in the fight. They can't seem to keep them up for very long.
Yeah, a little blue pill will help with that, at least in one aspect or another.
Yeah, rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling. Here we go.
Ask your dad, kids. All right, moving on. But yeah, no, I was gonna say, I mean, 82nd AD very content with just holding the kind of the critical points on this. We do see their armor starting to separate. Not interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look at this here. Interesting that this armor down on the south, kind of going off a little bit of his lonesome here. Not spot him right away. We have to use the eyes. Oh, he's in the red territory. So interesting that we do see a tiger over here by himself. Kyle's gonna go ahead and be like, yeah guys, there's a tiger here. Is he gonna try to juke? Oh, he's gonna try to say like, hey, look at me, I'm putting a satchel on you guys. You guys want to come out so I can shoot you? I put a satchel on you. No, they're not biting. They're not biting on that. This is a point where you just feel kind of like, well, not much I can do here. Oh, so interesting enough, we actually get both Jekyll and Rubo both come out. Kyle did bait them. They're gonna be looking. No, trying to look for a satchel. No, they're gonna go ahead and go for a repair. So timing is everything. Oh, is Kyle gonna be able to see him on the repair? No. Well, Kyle will just go ahead and move on to the rest of the battle there. Did you do me a favor? Fly over 116th Artillery. We just seen the one golden gun.
Let's see if we got Golden Boy still up there. I believe that was my man. What was his name? Botanic still running on the primary money gun here, looking clean. They still have the 2 guns kind of banging shapes up on that exposed gun, but really no pressure coming in from 82nd AD to silence these guns. So
well, yeah, I was gonna say it's interesting enough that you know, in a moment of opportunity like this, that we don't see all 3 guns up and running.
I just scalded my mouth on a pizza pocket. That's how excited I am. Here we go.
All right, let's go ahead and update you back on the front line here. Right now you got Chapel just right in the center of your screen, but the top left, notice all those orange dots. That's 116th Greyhounds, which have re-established control of the compound.
We got a lone tiger on the run here. Little kitty's out in the open. See if he can breathe.
Is this the tiger?
218. This is like back in the caveman's hunting those mammoths with the spears. Herd them up, shoot them out. We got the commander. Oh yeah, never. Yeah. Cardinals never get out of the tank.
Well, that's Kyle. Let's go ahead and get back to that's Kyle actually trying to get that set up. He's got the assault.
Keep him gushing, Kyle.
You gotta say this is the matador and the bull here.
I'm thinking more like the elephant and the mouse.
Oh.
And he got the satchel kill. There it is.
Nice.
Lone kitty is gone.
Nice. Well done. Well done.
Stay with your friends there, folks, when you get in that tank.
Well, and let's go ahead and look at the man in the arena here also. Cal gone. 116th is closest we've seen 116th to the Chapel since the point got
duck
taken.
In water. What is he doing? Silent is the night. Can he kill?
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, don't worry. No one saw you miss those first couple shots. Okay, he's like, man, I sure hope they're not on Ammingham.
I hope they weren't watching me.
Okay, 116. Oh, just on the right-hand side of the screen. Notice a little bit of pressure there. So 116 starting to get a little bit of a frontal pressure here. Once again, has control of that compound. Kyle's back in here.
Real
Kale,
good pressure
Kyle.
coming in from the north here. Real good pressure.
Could start to see a cap progress. In fact, we do right there. As these guys get into the strong point, let's go ahead and get back to our...
That crash in the church. House of Holy is held by 116.
making those shots count. And where is 82nd on this one? They got pushed from the back, or sorry, got pushed from the north, giving up the front. Kyle's in there. I'm gonna go ahead and get back. We'll get back to him in just a bit. But I want to point this out here. We're gonna go ahead and get to my little John Madden. We actually got a 116 squad leader back here. We got a whole bunch of squads up on the north side, and this frontal push. This is if he's got his OP back here, this could be a really great pincer. Want to see 116th be able to get some pressure back on this backside, or just basically anything in this area. Go ahead and just make that a kill box as much as you can. But 116th doing it just on the frontal assault. Now we actually see
the AD, man. They're at that water park. They're loving that canal.
Luxel
really
is the commander.
In.
Yeah, Luxel is the commander on the front line. Gets his head removed. And 116th will not go in silently into the night. As to the right, emergency bombing run.
And it clears quite a bit.
Yeah. That's going to go ahead and help reestablish cap progress along with, here we go. Heavy squad-on-squad battle now.
82nd AD, bring it in, the gunpowder here. Watch your heads, folks. Church has now been retaken by 82nd AD. They own the point.
82nd Artillery making its presence known on the back end, clearing out the rest of the squad. More and more, looks like that Maynard should have just proxied that OP. Possibly AP mine just takes care of him, though. And 82nd reacting. So give us time, Inchon. Give us time. We'll get there. We'll get there. Reinforcements coming back from the canal on the right-hand side of the screen. Kyle doing what he can. Great bombing run there by Luxel as the commander. And then just allowing the rest of the forces to come in. But check this up on the north side. Did 82nd collapse in? Is 116th on the north going to be able to backfill this area? That is a dozen individuals coming in, meeting up with this forward pressure right through the canal. Cap progress is now going back to 116th.
Body of control still lying with 116 coming out of that north side. Not seeing a lot of pressure from the south, actually. It's pretty light by 82nd AD. They went all in on that middle push. Full hog. Never go full hog. One way. Put your eggs in all that basket.
So that's what we call in the south here. Suey! There we go.
Yeah, pig call, buddy.
Oh, Salat, is he going to be able to see Fingus here? Is the Fingus going to be able to... They're sensing out each other. The front line, Optical and Alpha. Oh, yeah, Fingus, nice shot. Nice
Fingus
shot there.
says, get that garbage out of here.
82nd AD still not in control of the cap, even though they got two individuals in there. That big spawn wave not able to happen right now as some members of 116 took out those OPs. Bombing runs on a cooldown. And 116th looking solid. But, man, here comes in. Another wave. Ooh, great artillery fight. 116 finally connects. Takes care of that southern reinforcement. We see this passageway on the canal. Looks like Launch is going to go ahead and shut this down.
We got a good close fight here. Optical and Alfie by 82nd AD. The lone survivals here holding out by the church. Let's see if they're going to be able to hold their little perch for long. Just touching. Elbows, rubbing elbows. Here we go. Oh, we're going to see a play through the window. Making a move. He said, I don't like that cover very much, and he's out of here.
And 82nd AD has reestablished defensive pressure tentatively. A few of these guys, Alfie, Optical go down. Nope. There goes Optical.
There it is. Full control line with 116 on that chapel. We still have one guy here from 82nd AD, Thorpe. Running and gunning like a frog here. The canal still being their main point of push here.
Sir Lucky and Redkin's gonna go against each other. Redkin gets one, but he doesn't get Sir Lucky, as Lucky's able to come back on over.
Sir Lucky says, book him, Dano.
And if you're an artillery player on this one, you're just like, where is our front lines? These are shifting every 25 seconds, which is the travel time for our artillery round. It's amazing we haven't seen more friendly fires here by artillery. But for the moment,
Collapse by 116 out of that chapel. They had a nice possession.
For the moment, yeah.
About a minute ago, what happened?
Woo.
Hey, but they're still holding their possessions close to the north. They're still running it out of that north side really well.
Oh, this is a bold move here by 116th now. Launch just saying, follow me into the breach, gentlemen. Okay. Was able to cross the opening. 82nd AD.
Can't hit what you can't see. Throw those smokes.
82nd AD is going to get a little surprise here. Like, man, I thought we just cleared the church. Here comes some more smokes. And here comes the wave led by the point man Launch.
116 says, Sunday ain't over yet. Here we go. It's been a real good fight over this middle point.
Yep, and it's been just concentrated, which is really playing for the artillery here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, not noticing anything on the south end. Let's go ahead and pull up our map side by side here and see what we got going on. 82nd AD still just nothing really on that 4-line north. Not putting any pressure to AA battery, allowing 116th to keep a full tilt right in on point. Meanwhile, on the flip side, 116th not prioritizing that northern compound and just a frontal push. Starting to see some cap progress. Let's get back to it. As now 116th using that canal first. The first push came in right from the smoke on the south side of Chapel. Now we got it coming down the north side. We're back to 116th having the advantage. I tell you, man, this is one of those games where you just it's much easier to watch it than it is to play in it.
Real nail biter going on here. You gotta love it when the squad you join in the admin cam is rocking it. We got Option Scott and 116 holding it down here in front line. Just kind of fending off this canal that they are shelling it heavy. 82nd AD says not happening. And a little Tiger rolling in, coming to play.
82nd AD reestablishing defensive pressure, but just like that, 116 starts the cap progress again with a healthy spawn wave. As you're watching that Tiger coming up, I just saw 4 more 116th individuals spawn inside the church.
Oh, nice shot right through the church there. Took out quite a few bodies. 116. Pressure coming in from the south side of 82nd AD. Real strong, looking like they're going to turn it over. Got the yin and yang. North side held by 116. And the south side by 82nd AD.
Yep.
Let's see who's going to be able to turn that corner.
That compound has paid dividends for 116th to be able to allow this opening on the north side of the ravine. But really surprised that 116th has been able to get as much success crossing the open fields to the direct east of the chapel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but check this. Oh, here comes 116th bombing run.
Build it in the shield. Here we go.
Oh, if you're in that 3-story. Oh, he survives! He survives! Ortega might need a change of underwear after that one, but
that MG's up.
I gotta check out the replay on that one. Because that bomb and run just came in so close. Look at that bomb and run. Just nothing but explosions around him. And it was just enough twigs to keep him alive on that one. So 116th, this is, I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna get this on loop. 116th has started cap progress. 82nd AD has reestablished defense. Right now we are in the 116th cap progress phase of better part of the last 10 minutes of this fight. Artillery and armor doing what they can for 82nd AD to make the advantage here for their infantry.
Downtown, bang, baby.
You been playing NBA Jams again?
Oh, you know me.
Boom shakalaka. So this Tiger getting up close and personal, but is Salaka to hear this?
He's taking a facial. Let's see if he's. Oh, he's like, I don't like it. I don't want no part of that.
Tiger falling back, realized he might have bit off a little bit more than he can chew. 116 still continue to reinforce that chapel. Look there in the background. We do see some elements of 82nd AD trying to create havocs for some of those launch garrisons.
See a flip. Got a TSN turn point about to happen here.
Yep. Okay, but check this out. Okay, but look at this right now. So 116th has collapsed in on the chapel. Should be able to take it, but look at 82nd AD over on the left-hand side.
Boom shakalaka. Where we go. 116's got the flip. Still got to get that pressure built up and get those Garys rocking. They want to hold on to this one.
Early early contestation on Drownfield's contestation. That is a word. I don't care what you say. That's an HL term. Looks like Lux is going to go. Yeah. And it was just one, just a little squad leader here. But let's go back. Checking the situation here now. So 116 just got the chapel. They collapsed in on it. I like it. But 82nd AD is not in a bad situation right now. They have the northern compound now being contested, fighting for it. In fact, we actually just saw some contesting on the chapel. And they still have this T intersection.
Yep, still banging on the war drum. I don't think they're out of this fight yet at the middle point.
No, but we actually see some back pressure coming in from 82nd. In fact, Cat progress now going towards 82nd. And look at this. I was going to say, this squad here, let's look at Spearhead's got a great OP right on the back side. It's going to be able to shut down any of those rear reinforcements. If 116th leans too far forward, Spearhead's squad is going to be able to come in and walk into the backside of the chapel. Great fight, great fight. 116's got to capitalize on this. 116's lost control of the compound on the north. That was their anchor for a lot of this attack. Spearhead squad has destroyed their garrisons and spawns over on the right-hand side. This could be a quick reflip. And look who's still here. Look who's still here. This guy cannot be destroyed. Otegu, he's just like Teflon. He's going to rename him Teflon, man. You just can't get rid of him. He's holding this MG up there. Great spot with the MG.
I made that entry smooth like butter. Totally cleared out that chapel area.
Yep. And give it up to Spearhead here with that OP and his work coming from behind. Yeah, chapels can control by 82nd. More or less. More or less. We just lost one. Compound to the north's in control. T intersection's in control. 160. Look at all those guys having to spread to the on the north side. Running from the fields. Expect a quick recap here. Woo! Uh-oh. Oh, look at the bottom left-hand corner. We lost Teflon down there.
82nd AD says, we just gave you a short-term lease on this point.
All right. Let's get this one.
Right over.
Yeah, so this was what's interesting. With such a quick flip, neither side's really going to have too many garrisons. Let's go ahead and pull up our garrison situation. And let's see, because 116th, if they got too aggressive, start taking down back garrisons, we actually see, okay, 116th's in a good situation. They got 4 frontline garrisons. Nothing really in the back. There's one thing we haven't really seen, Digi, now that we're reaching the halfway point of this. We've seen Chapel now go 3 times. Initial opening off the beginning, quick flips back and forth here. We haven't seen airheads. I have not seen the airhead.
I haven't seen an effective one, at least.
Yeah. What we do notice, 82nd AD reestablishes their 2 anchor garrisons right there on the northern Alamo. Over here on the T intersection, that's going to go ahead and help them out. We do see 3 armor by 82nd AD. Actually, check that 4 armor. We got a 2-man crew down here on the bottom in the recon. Looking at the armor 116th.
We just got the one 3-man and then a single light tank coming in.
Oh, no. You know what that light tank's doing. Let's go ahead to that light tank. I got a feeling what that light tank's doing. I have a feeling that he is shooting down the artillery. Because as we go back this, 82nd AD's artillery is completely silent right now. Digi, let's go to yours.
He's just running for a resupply.
Okay.
Maybe get his comrades that might have jumped out of the tank. I'm not sure, but he is booking it on home.
Look at Speed doing this the hard way. Speed back here taking down a manpower node by hand.
Major props to the taking down of nodes at the enemies already.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is interesting right here.
Hope you had that on your bingo card, folks.
I was gonna say I know the fight's going to the front line, but this is something you don't see every day. 82nd Artillery is, I mean, they look allergic to getting on their own guns right now. And
It's quite the wall of gates they got built up.
Yeah, Speed's like, okay, let's go ahead and take down this one. Did he just pistol the tanks? The tankers? Okay, now he's like, okay, let's go ahead and go over to this field one. All right, we'll take this down. Gentlemen, this might be the most exciting 3 minutes of HL you have ever seen if Speed takes down all three of these.
He eyes it, he tries it, he buys it, man. This guy's just rolling it through. Says, all right, you gotta leave me do my own thing. I think I'll clear you out.
Well, this is now, granted, 82nd AD got the point. We saw some great artillery play from them. Okay, now Merc said, okay, you're gonna go ahead and take down my nodes over there. I'm just gonna go ahead and build them over here. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and go back to the front line. Digi, what you got for us?
Not a whole lot going on. Still well held by 82nd AD. We got no real frontal push by 116. Still kind of running in from that north side, as you can see, the compound. But that's a lot of open real estate to be crossing to get down there. Not a lot of bodies to do it. So we're still holding pretty steady here at the middle point.
Yeah, let's
we
go
seeing
ahead
any external flanks coming in for the second to last point?
No, 82nd AD just seems maybe, once bitten, twice shy. Just very controlled, trying to control each one of the key points. We do see them. We're up on the northern side of the compound now. Superior force from 82nd AD as far as numerically superior, is going against some 116 players. Let's go. We got our boy here. Let's see if we can Kai. Oh no, that wasn't the button I wanted. Boom. All right, let's go ahead and see what Kyle's up to here in the first person point of view.
Kale looking fresh. Here we go.
Kyle. I mean, dude, he's gonna like DM me and be like, Inchon, I'm never giving you my point of view again unless you pronounce my name like this. Oh, and he goes down.
Making my way downtown, faces and into the ground. He made it about 7 steps.
Is that how it goes?
He's gonna go for that 8th maybe next time.
What is that? Who is that man? Who's that female singer? Making my way downtown.
Oh, you got me on that one. But we still do have some pretty good spawns by 82nd AD in this northern compound. They're just trying to build it out, They've got the spawns to do it, but 116 said, not happening, not in my house.
Yeah, and 116th now, talking about that numerical advantage. 116 now bringing in 2 squads over here on the north side. And we got 1 spawn wave of 4 coming over here on the left.
I don't think
make
that's
that 3, make that 2. Oh, sorry. That's now 3. Offerman trying to go against Adam. Not connecting. There's 2 down. Look at this squad by 116th coming in hot. AT Rocket doesn't connect. Ooh, Adam getting Fedman on the corner there. Kale, finding that garrison.
There goes Kale.
There he is. Oh, he's gonna go hop. Fox is gonna be the one to defeat him. Kale gets one down. Can he get this other one? No, Fox gets it.
Oh, the clutch by Fox.
Woo! But look at that! Look at that coming in on the backside there.
Fox is just posting and toasting here. He's like, I gotta wait for this next spawn wave.
Protect the garrison. Protect the garrison. Everybody's in there. Yeah.
He's white knuckling that keyboard real hard.
Yeah. But that call out's there. Expect to see some 116th artillery, if available, to be starting to fall on this area. I am hearing artillery. Let's go ahead and fall back here.
How's our church situation?
That's what I was just looking at. 82nd AD got 2 individuals inside the church. 116 still prioritizing the north side, which not a bad idea with the way the point layout is. We actually see a light probing force coming down here on the south. And with Spearhead that actually wound up having a great OP for that recap on 116th against 116th. We see if our squad leader down there can repeat it. Guess who's back up? Teflon back up here, keeping an eye in the sky though. He's gonna go ahead and sense the southern pressure. Jarville's gonna react to it. That broken building is just such a key terrain. Both from a kill perspective and just gathering information. So right now we are orientated from the 116th direction, looking south towards the chapel. Man, this artillery. I was gonna say, why artillery's just gotta be having a field day with this stuff. Check
We
this
are
actually.
starting to see pressure coming in by 116. Start to take the control here on the south side.
If you can't bring it overhead, just bring it direct as Duba here.
Duba has been raining it down way downtown. He's making those shots on the church clean from that distance.
He's connecting. Let's see. He's waiting for it.
What distance we got going on here from here?
I mean, to the chapel right now, I see 370. Let's go ahead and count 368, 370, something right around that age.
That's a pretty good distance to be making on the AT gun.
All right, let's see what his line of sight is here. Yeah, he's going straight for that AT. And look what this is actually allowed. We got cap progress now, going back to 1/16.
Duba says, I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse with that AT gun. Just kind of holding it down from the top.
Okay. I was going to say, that one was a stretch, but I'll go with it.
I'd rather be on the AT gun than on the end of it.
Yeah, well, no, and I think that was a great, being able to splash out any of those windows there. 50 supply, build an AT gun, get some
Hey man, we got some work going on here. 116 has fully cleared out that church. They are in the house.
Cleared up the church and has control of Grandma's house on the north fan side. And remember, Grandma's house does not apply cap pressure, but obviously it had helped shut it down. What is different though about this point, remember that southern squad leader I talked about? Look at this. They got control of the 3-story right here, Manmusa. And he's gonna, oh, you just see him going to work right now. He's gonna be,
so how you doing?
Whoop, let's go in. There you go. That's his point of view right there. And he's gonna go ahead and move on. But Gecko's on that south side. Actually, we got Remba. I haven't said his name yet. We'll go ahead and I remember going and I called him Roomba. I'm gonna call him Remba. He prefers that. On one takes down Alex. So 82nd AD with a few kills here on the south side, which does apply cap pressure, is going to go ahead and reestablish defensive control. Meanwhile, wow, this church up close and personal as man's clearing out. Uh-oh. 82nd AD got a satchel down. That was man's satchel. That's a man satchel there.
A man satchel.
Bodo?
Indiana Jones carries one.
Yeah, we're going to see the life and death of Bodo here. How many pieces? Under or over 4 pieces?
Thorpe,
don't do it, Thorpe.
Don't go under. He's running into death.
Oh god, the torso. Oh god, the torso.
You know, they had a great spawn wave by 116 that missed that explosion by 2 seconds. They've reflooded that church, taken possession. You got a nice little light tank here by 82nd AD, just kind of bringing it down on the church.
Mm-hmm. Loving that Luke's there. That Luke's is just, I mean, when you hear when you hear that as an infantry, you're just like, this is not going to be good. Okay, so 1/16th artillery making the presence known on the south side. Can they adjust to the northern side of the canal? 82nd AD reestablishing defensive pressure, but a healthy spawn wave from 1/16th on the east side of the chapel is going to go ahead and push this back to 1/16th. Just back and forth, back and forth. And I'm looking at the northern fight up there on the compound and seeing blue dots, orange dots go down. Right now, more blue than orange. Meanwhile, east side of the chapel continues to be the spawn location for 1/16th. Can this armor right here in the front continue to open up to allow their infantry to get in? Ooh, that 1/16th shell was just perfect. Timing wasn't quite there yet. There's another round going to be coming in shortly afterwards.
And all the ducks in that canal just got wiped out.
Okay, so
he's running.
Yep, he's diving in.
Said I had enough of this shit.
He's going to try to find some OPs here.
Let's go.
He's going to go
Wait,
for
are we
the
going
dive.
for shock and awe? Shock and awe.
Oh, man,
Stuck in the trench.
Yeah.
And good night.
That's more awe than awe. And 1/16th got control. Let's go ahead and go down the checklist. Control the northern compound. Check. Control of the chapel. Check. And let's look the trifecta here. Control the T intersection. No 82nd AD able to do that. Now it's going to be a question. Can they go ahead and reestablish their OPs? Get in?
Still resting on that box, though. I don't know. We could see some more progress by 116. I think they were just focusing. Let's get it, and then let's see what happens.
Ooh. Okay, we got to do due diligence here. 116th getting some early cap progress. Oh, we got a squad leader. Oh, we got a squad leader here. Maynard, tell me you got that sweet OP. Give me that 20.
10 man.
No.
Baby. Bring it in, baby.
There it is. Kyle coming in. Desert
Kyle!
Fox.
He's in it all, man. He is in it all. He's getting right into that point. It's going to take some pressure away off the chapel.
You're normally our Maynard right there. You're normally the forward-leaning guy. What's going through your mind as a squad leader when you're waiting for everybody to come in?
As playing this wide flank on that next point, I got a big shit-eating grin on my face. And look, he just got his full squad up there with him. I think he's all smiles at this point because he knows he's taking that pressure away from Chapel, away from an immediate flip. They just got to get that pressure set up and keep it rolling.
Yep, and Desert Fox and Kyle was able to take down half the spawns that just came in for defense.
Oh, man.
That's a full squad in the strong point.
Out of here.
That's going to say that was a full squad. Now we're down to 5. That's 15 cap strength.
Still got Terminator and a recon car coming in here to say what's going on. Down to the recon car.
Nope.
Yeah. he gone.
So cap progress going on the midpoint, but all the action right now is on Drowned Fields because 82nd AD react to this.
Was that Kale with the shot on the recon?
It was Kale.
Oh boy.
And then remember, Maynard still has OP right there in the bottom, in the middle right. Starting to see more squads coming in. 82nd AD possibly caught, thinking that this. Oh, we just saw a little bit of contesting. Little bit of contest.
I need out one more body.
Yeah. Now we're down to 4 attacking. 82nd AD now realizing the peril that they're in is going to go ahead and pull everything back. Great move by 116th, as this should allow them breathing room to ensure the midpoint is reinforced.
Get it structured, get it set up. Now that you've got this time bot for you.
Garrisons. All right, this is going to be probably... Oh, yeah, here comes Froggers in on the backside.
Here comes your first airhead coming in.
Oh, too late. Too late on this airhead, man.
2 minutes too late, you know? I think if they had that they might have had this ticket punched.
I was going to say, not a bad spot, though, actually. I like this location. It's going to be at the downward slope. Granted, everybody just saw this coming. Yep, there it goes.
And Gonzo.
Had the OP there. 80 seconds going to go ahead and do a full commit back. That's going to be the end of the cap pressure on Drowned Fields. But let's go back. We did see a little bit of cap race here.
What happened? 116 has totally left the church grounds here.
Yeah. Ghost Recon, maybe? Ghost Wreck? Oh, that's what I see.
82nd is down, but not out. We're still seeing some pretty good fights going over in this church ground.
Yep, 32 minutes left to go in the match. Ghost doing what he can. Can't get the 2v1 as Alex takes a different angle to shut him down.
Resistance is futile.
Yeah. So 116 solidifying their goal. Let's go ahead and pull up our maps here. We talked about how this would be a perfect opportunity for 116th to go ahead and scan out a little bit. There you go. Get some breathing room. We do see 116th with the top side and bottom side garrisons. Give it a little bit of space there, possibly for one on Chapel. Not quite sure.
Air contested.
Yeah, they see that from 82nd AD. 82nd AD actually throwing a very aggressive red zone right there at the T intersection. If you got the supplies, why not? Multiple OPs coming in, but man, I'm going to go back to this here. 82nd AD having some issues keeping their artillery up, and in fact, we see this right now. The smokes being out there. One artilleryman. This is something that I was gonna say, expect Utah try to see all 3 guns going as quick as possible.
What are we looking at for resources right now? I'm sitting at a nice 400 munitions on my side.
Pretty even on that.
Fuel.
Yeah, pretty even on the munitions. We're at 378, difference of 60. We do see 82nd AD up to 540 with 1/16 down below. That's going to be an arrowhead's worth.
Just got tank rolling here. One heavy tank, 3-man squad for. Oh nope, we got 2. We got a regular medium tank as well coming in. So just the 2 tanks for 3 tanks. Sorry, my eyes are failing me today. H8. We got another guy going for a deep dive. Maybe he's going to make that push all the way to Drowned Fields.
Yeah,
see what he can do.
We got some dispersion here between the 82nd AD armor. We got medium 3-man going right down the middle road. We got it looks like a medium 3-man coming up through Drowned Fields. And then interesting, we see this reds, this 82nd AD tanks going into the red, not necessarily with their infantry support. But let's go ahead and actually check this out. 82nd AD looks like they're going to go ahead and make a play on the northern compound. Let's go fly and pick up that action. .116 consolidated very well inside the chapel. And this is really the mark of these top teams. Are they able to expand and contract as needed? Contract to be able to take advantage of those key points, and then expand back out to establish map control. You gotta have balance on both those.
And it's worth noting, Incheon is not a doctor, so do not take this words by to their exact meaning.
Notice the views and opinion of Incheon do not reflect HL Seasonal or HL Gaming. Please consult a medical before you take any medical advice from HL from Incheon.
Side effects may include.
Yeah. This broadcasting was recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah, me, myself, and I.
All right, so here it is, 116. Talked about we only saw one guy up there at the start. 82nd AD holding for that squad, but 116 is going to go ahead and come back. This open field's just going to be a killing fields here.
Yeah, a little probe in action going on here, 116. They're holding steady. They know what they got. I don't know if we're going to see 82nd AD break out of these hedgerows. They're still playing like Bushwookie.
Yep. And that compound has been just a focal point of 116th this entire game.
Oh, yeah. Been driving in from the north all day long.
Yeah, but what we saw, that early pressure on Drowned Fields allowed them. Now let's go down that three-point checklist. Compound, 116th. Chapel, 116th. T-intersection, 116th. 116th, I think for the first time in a long time, you can start to feel a little bit of breath of, take a deep breath here and start to feel that possibly going to be able to do this.
30 minutes to go. That's a whole lot of time left on the clock board.
Mm-hmm.
I say clock board? I don't even.
Yeah, I was just gonna go with it.
I like the clock board.
Yeah, it's by the scoreboard. It's got a clock on it. It's a clock board.
Yeah. Maybe in the Netherlands. Oh, those are clogs. Those are clogs, everybody.
Yep. Let's go ahead. I was gonna say, take time here. Let's check out the scoreboard. Talk about clock boards. Luxel having the command from that side. 2,900 support score, doing what he can. Gem's out there. Free Gem. Gem is on the loose.
Free Gem.
Doing his actions. But really a well-balanced infantry across the board for everybody here. You're not seeing
we got commander here on the Allies is Black Shooter. He's just running at that clean 1,000 support score. Still haven't seen a whole lot kind of coming out. You'd expect that to be a little higher 1 hour into the game. At least I think Incheon could probably attest to that.
Hey, you know what? Drop supplies, drive supply trucks. What else you got on the 116 side?
Where you can, when you can. So we got leading squad here is Charlie Squad. Kale is holding it down here at 602. Combat effectiveness. He's been just wheeling and dealing all game. How did we score that guy's POV?
I don't know. Yeah, let's go ahead and switch to him right now. Let's see how this is looking for him. He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead, but he's coming in. So he's gonna go ahead. He's joined different squads.
Coming back in, so fresh and so clean. Here we go.
Yep. And a lot of people ask, that like, hey, what's the difference between comp play and public play? From the game that you're playing, not so much, but the flexibility to be able to switch back and forth, like what we just saw him do there. Different roles, different squads. Put yourself on different parts of the map. Really, really critical.
Hey, we got magic happening up on the north compound. 82nd AD was able to crush out the only spawn here. 16 had. We got the one fella, Fox. We saw his earlier play. He's the only guy up there. He's still locking it down, just clearing houses. But 116's kind of got to wonder, how many people did they send up here?
Yeah. I'm going to keep an eye on... While you're doing that, keep an eye on Kale, who just picked up another kill. In fact, let's head back to him. Now, he's running actually with a gun that you either love or hate. The grease gun. What's your take on the grease gun?
Oh, you can make magic happen. I think it's people like to blast it for not being as fast, but you know, like I say, just aim for the head and it usually works.
Yeah,
oh, weird, goodness, good satchel play here by Kale.
Kale's like, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and work this 25 meters. I was gonna say
maybe it's Kaylee. Maybe we're getting this completely wrong. Kaylee.
I'm just gonna call him K-Dog. K-Dog.
K-Dog.
K-Dog's up there. K-Dog with the satch.
Please don't do that.
Is that never again, please. Never, ever, ever again. Okay, but okay, I got. You put the satchel down. Gotta see capital.
Did you take it down or is it still up?
No, like I do not. No, it's still no, it's down. It's down.
I think he took it off.
I think he took it off too.
Probably kicking himself on that one.
And when we start to see 116 probing elements coming around here, whereas we were trying to panning back down towards the south, towards Surrounding Fields, you see some 82nd AD trying to reestablish control of that T intersection.
And they're rolling the high side up north here, just taking possession of the warehouse. Squad strength, just kind of seeing what's going on up here.
Well, this is kind of this is
only been focused on that house. Yeah,
this is what's been interesting for both sides in this game. Is neither side has really had to play defense. Obviously, the point around the midpoint has just been back and forth, and you're just attacking and counterattacking. But a true defense, we obviously saw 82nd AD having to respond to the squad size element in Drowned Fields, but we haven't seen this roving defense and this consistent attack pressure from either side on the second and fourth points. And as we scan here, we're going right now up the main north-south road, seeing what fights we can have as the battle starts to disperse out from the chapel.
We're just getting some real construction going on here by 116. They're saying, all right, well, it's nice and quiet. Let's just build it up a little bit. We're gonna hold this middle point. Cav building up the barbed wire. Make him an offer he can't refuse. He's got to build that up. Or find his engineer buddy and say, hey, buddy, let's keep building.
Is that going to be your phrase of the day? Offer you can't refuse? Did somebody watch Godfather recently?
I might have.
All right, fair enough. Good movie.
I massacred my boy.
You come to me on the day of my 80 seconds scrimmage against 116th.
All right, we're seeing some tank traps. You don't typically see those get used that often.
Yeah.
But why not? Aesthetically pleasing, why not?
Well, and interesting enough, can he build them quick and... Well, no, this is actually, sorry. We do see 116th armor, which, you know, for the most part, this game, we've been talking a lot about 82nd's armor. 116th, I've had a lot of respect and a lot of rounds and deaths to him. But we haven't seen the 116th armor being nearly as dominating as they have before. Let's go ahead and follow this guy up here. This looks like Sengar, Beaker, and Insta something. He's gonna go ahead and line up, possibly spotting something. Scanning out, the tank right there on the left. Not seeing too much.
Can you confirm to me, is 82nd AD only got two guys running the active defense there on Drown? Because we are seeing contest.
Oh, good eye. Yeah, that is correct. That's Hoffman, and it's going to be squared up against Terminator. If whoever wins this one.
Let's see here. Terminator said, hasta la vista, baby, by often.
No cap progress yet, though, so someone else got to be in the active sector. There it goes. There it goes.
It's rolling. We got no active defense here by 82nd AD. No.
Okay, we got some reinforcements coming in from the east-hand side, from the front line.
Yeah, Fingus and Jarvan doing the panic run back. Oh, down to Jarvan. Yep. And Jarvan says no more. So we got a solo cap going here by Offenman in the point.
Maynard, he was the squad leader that gave that early point on that. Also, check out what they got from they didn't have before, is they actually got a tank supporting the south side here.
They're saying we'll take your free real estate. Oh,
All right,
we got
that's
a big
all.
flush in by 82nd AD. Here we go. I got a counter defensive push out of that western side.
Yeah,
I think they call that northwest.
And a little cap progress actually also going on Chapel. Sorry, it flashed. No cap progress. Okay, so the defensive force having to come in. We see one squad leader, Terminator. He goes down. Not going to be able to get his OP in the area. Maynard down there on the bottom of your screen. Sherman supporting him.
Yeah, really good bang-on shots by that Sherman. Who we got in that tank?
There we go. Cap progress begins. You're going to just got to wait for the next wave of 82nd AD to come on this one.
Pals Maury, Desert Fox, and Phil holding it down in that Sherman, giving a nice long-range support from that Sherman tank.
And everything right now from 116th, I think at this point, you've seen how the match goes. You're obviously going to put pressure on here, but you're not, I was going to say, you're going to fully commit to it?
They might look to seal the deal here. They could take this. It's a very defendable point.
If nothing else, you're buying time. In fact, hey, do me a quick favor, Digi. We just got cap progress over on Chapel. Go see what's going on Chapel.
Getting on my broomstick here. We got some action going on at the church itself. Yep, 82nd AD playing their trusted old route up the canal. Starting to flood it in. And they are getting the pressure cleared off on 116 as completely down to one guy here. Chris is the only solo man in the church.
And we got a side-by-side cap race on the screen right now. I'm watching Drown Fields down here as 116th actually now has got an armor supporting up. Armor's coming down from the south side of the map, just going to be coming into the field. And Digi is up there on Allies watching the Chapel. Cap advantage is still going to 116th as the Allies.
Yep, they just brought in the satchel here up on Chapel. They've got a free-fall run straight into 82nd. 82nd AD's got a free run right into the church.
And I think with 116 is going to let them have that because actually bombing run, defensive bombing run from 82nd just went down. Not enough to stop it. In fact, we just saw our armor here that was supporting Maynard's squad now rolling in, providing that big armored cap point. Phil, Desert Fox, and Maury. Cap progress almost there. And this would just be such a gut shot to 82nd. Seconds away from going up 4-1, which has been a back and forth battle. And call it. 82nd AD down 1-4.
Well, you know, that all started with about two people in your active defense there on Drowned. 82nd AD. Was that we're gonna look back at this tape and say, well, was that the right play at the time?
Yep. And you know, we've seen from both sides here really a decentralized force by their armor. 82nd AD. Oh, check this. Hold on. Initial cap pressure. Oh, who they got? Oh, it's coming from. Is this Recon?
Yeah, Recon speed. Speed bringing in the heat.
Yep. Okay, but they do have a spawn. They're going to be able to reestablish that. 82nd AD keeping the basics. That's a little heartbeat moment there.
Yeah, Speed can't drive 55. He's been taken out, so we have no more pressure in St. Mary.
This armor, Phil doing what's best. He's going to go ahead and push forward, feeling the pressure behind him.
17 minutes still on the clock board, and I think we got a lot of time to flip this back.
The clock board.
I'm going to roll with it.
He's just going to roll with it. This has been one of the most dynamic clock boards we've seen. I mean, it started at 1 hour and 30 minutes, and we're down to 17. But joking aside, I mean, we're going to have to go back through. We got the initial cap. I got to start keeping notes on this. We had the initial cap after 12 minutes of fighting with it just being contested.
Oh, we got to see the old satchel here on the tank. Yes, we might.
Oh, move it.
I like the way you move it.
Yeah. But we saw the initial cap, 12 minutes in. It went to 82nd AD, if I remember correctly. Then we went to 116th. Then we went to 82nd AD. Then we went to 116th. Then we got to a 4-1. And now 82nd AD is putting cap pressure.
Starting to roll it on back.
Yeah.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Here we go. We're going to make this all the way through for the next 16 minutes. We're in for the full 90, I bet.
Well, and 1/16th only got, looks like 1 OP. Look at that in the background. They have a lot set up for trying to come in on the north side of St. Marie Approach. Not nearly as much on Drown Fields.
I get the one garrison set up by 116 right in the trench. That's always a hot one.
Did they get,
It's going to get involved here quick. Right there.
Yep. Kieran's going to go ahead. Kieran?
Kieran, you are right.
Yep. He's going to go ahead. He's just throwing out some smokes.
Kieran cares, baby.
Yep. Trying to protect that garrison. Oh, got the nice nade there. Working everything he can for that spawn.
It's like 40 seconds. Let's go. 40 seconds. Let's go.
Boom. Healthy spawn wave coming in.
Oh, boys.
80
seconds. Stack it up. Don't stack up. You're one grenade away.
82nd members coming over the breach, but just getting shot down.
There comes the Tiger tank. I see the end.
And
it is painted in stripes.
All right, there goes Capital. Our pious Capital is out. He's on the point. All right, so this should. Oh, well, check this out. 1/16th on the north hand side has moved quick, fast, in a hurry to come in on the spawns to the north. Essentially, 82nd AD and 1/16th have flipped positions to include this Tiger tank right in the middle. This point should go there. Did you do me a quick scan? Do we got anything from 82nd AD set up on the chapel?
I'm heading that way now.
Because if 1/16th, do not. I was gonna say if they've gotten overextended here, 82nd AD can really start to exploit this.
Numbs the word over here by 82nd AD. Opportunity lost to kind of come back and get a quick roll back here.
Yeah, well, I mean, at a certain point, they got cap pressure on their fifth point, so they got to do it. So we got
14 minutes is a lot of time in this game.
Mm-hmm. I love this. I love this type of fight. This is the type of fight we just really enjoy. This has now been 2 points where one side has taken it, and within minutes, the other side has come right back.
116 with the emergency bombing run coming down.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe a little
good night
too,
to one of
late.
those tanks.
No, it's not gonna hit the tank.
It hit the one.
They're not gonna do. It's not gonna do anything to the tank. Did it destroy it?
The Tiger be dead on that road.
Did that really destroy it?
It did.
All right. I'm gonna have to go back to the video evidence, but now here is 1/16th coming in on the east hand side. We're gonna see 3-point flips within. God, what would it be? 5 minutes?
Let's say 20 and call it safe.
All right, I like it. So that Tiger backs up. Oh, artillery from 82nd takes care of that.
What do we got for 82nd AD in their arty? Their world famous arty. What's happening back there?
Let's see. Let's go to this.
A little too quiet on this eastern front.
All right, we got Vex and Merc. They're back on it. Interesting
One
enough.
shooting one way, one shooting the other way.
Look at this. 82nd AD actually sacrificing a Lux to ram it right up, provide a little bit more protection there on the gun.
Where have you been living, under a tank?
Like it. Dad joke approved.
Yeah, we got second Tiger down here. They were able to shut it down. So no more tank support for 82nd AD.
Yeah.
They do have a nice garrison build up there. But let's see, is it going to be able to hold?
Yeah, 1/16 still sitting nice,
pretty close
though.
to another flip.
Artillery shells having to come in. Artillery's going to be the defense.
Shut down that south side with the arty.
Less than 20 seconds to 1/16 taking this point back. 82nd AD, though, starting to get right near that strong point. Connect on a few kills.
Rolling.
Dope picks out Capital out of the bunker. Dope clearing out the trench.
Touch and go. We're contested. We're flipping it back. 82nd AD's holding it steady.
That's a lot of sector pressure coming in on that north-hand side, but look at 1/16th also coming in on the north side of the road there. Just like that, 1/16th has restored cap pressure. We're down to just seconds. Fallen's gotten a kill. And boom, 1/16th takes it back. Back up to a 4-1 here. Feeling a little bit more breathing room. 9 minutes and 15 seconds left before 116th enters into the playoffs, and 82nd AD coming in as the number 3 seed. I would say, this is going to be a rough one for them, but you can see they're fighting. They're not out of this one. We see that combined arms between the 116th infantry and armor starting to come back up. Let's see. This has been a fight here that we really haven't put too much focus on, just right on this north side of the canal here. This has been where 82nd AD has been able to reinforce and come over multiple times to either defend or retake Drowned Fields.
You live by the waterway, you die by the waterway.
Where do you come up with these?
I wish I could tell you.
I was going to say, from the bowels. Deep in the bowels of, I don't know.
Deep in there. I don't think you have to root too far.
So we actually see a supply drop coming in right on the left-hand side. 116th now feeling pretty solid. Checking this on the top left side of the screen, you actually see some orange dots right over there by that explosion. In fact, we got a little bit of we got this recon coming in. Just maybe trying to fish for some OPs.
Just take a nice countryside drive there.
I was gonna say that's a shell that just goes over his head.
Yeah, we got a nice little engagement there for 116's tank. Let's see if he sees him. Maybe.
Serpentine.
More circles. More zig, less zag.
Silas is just here looking like, no, I swear, he's just zooming back and forth. I like this picket line here by 116th. And that's a phrase that you don't want to see. Cap pressure
we might
has
have
started.
that line up on that recon tank. 116, see if he brought the gun over. No. That recon tank is going for the deep dive and might be able to get behind him.
Yep. So it's just a sector cap right now as 116th continues to push back 82nd AD. 82nd AD is going to be at their back point. But remember, one unique thing about this map as compared to others is the Allied artillery can hit this point because it's up on the beach. In fact, let's go ahead and go to the maps here. So because this whole J line is all ocean, that artillery from 116th if man can influence St. Marie approach. Looking at 82nd AD though, let's go ahead and check the garrison situation. One garrison left at St. Marie, one red zone. We see just them down to 2 total garrisons.
For your viewing pleasure, we do have a cheeky breaky report coming in here with the recon tank. A one shot. You gotta go ram?
Boom!
That's 2 shot.
That Serpentine apparently paid off.
It paid off. I don't know. I can't tell you who that is, but good play by the recon tank.
I got you here. That is Kloss and somebody else. Friendly something. So great heads up play by that Puma.
You gotta take a swim. He paid his dues.
Yep. Looking here now, right, with St. Marie approach on your left and Drowned Fields on your right-hand side. We see this forward elements of 116th just starting to pick up, hedge by hedge, bush by bush, pushing 82nd AD back. Let's go ahead and go back to the map, so I want to see how we're looking for 116th's garrison situation.
116 just playing pretty conservative. They just get the one way high side and D56 line, then the one in Drowned. Not a lot of fallback points should there be a need to go back to Chapel, but I don't think they're worried at this moment. What are we at? The 8-minute mark?
Actually, we're at the 7th on the time board. Thank you.
The time board.
Hey, you know what? I like it. I was going to say I had to try it out for a little bit.
How about the score clock? Let's go with the score clock.
I like the time board. I like the time board.
The time board. It's very efficient. We do have some players by 116 kind of breaking into the egg there on St. Marie.
Yeah, but on the flip side, we got some elements of 82nd AD. 3 OPs down on the north-hand side. That's not a bad way to attack. I mean, there's not a lot of good ways to take back Drowned Field as the Germans.
Nope. A lot of armor, a lot of bodies.
Yep. And we actually start to see, talked about that, we start to see some cap progress. as it's just now a little initial here. Oh, Big Daddy Tiger's gonna go ahead and roll up and put it into this one.
You know, and I think they might have spawned maybe 12 tigers. I swear that's the only tick I've seen all game by them. And they've had plenty of them coming through.
Yeah, well, we have seen the Lukes. We saw the Lukes do that dive at Chapel.
The epic dive, yes, the epic dive into the trench where he met his fate.
We don't have to, dwell on that.
You know who might be.
I was gonna say.
You know who is.
Yeah. All right. So the forward elements from 116th have been shut down.
So we got what two Tiger tanks rolling in there for 82nd AD. At this point.
Yeah. HP is suddenly feeling like I'm not happy with my decisions in life anymore. I'm going to use every single little inch of this little.
Everything hurts.
Oh, yeah, hold on. I'm running the line.
You got to run right into that tree if it keeps going back.
Don't make fun of my
Who's running the road? Who's running the road? He's saying, to hell with this, I'm on the run.
So now this Tiger, for 8 seconds,
single-handed push here to take back the round. Will he be successful?
Oh.
I got some far-away shots by an AT gun.
We did see a shell coming over here from the right. We got a connection over there.
Terminator counting his lucky stars for surviving that.
Oh, the Tiger goes down. Oh, did they swap? That is a swap there. Oh, no, it's an AT gun. It's an AT gun. All right, well, he did connect on the AT gun, but the AT gun pays dividends. Great shot shutting down that Tiger. And we're down to 4. Yeah.
4 minutes, folks. 4 minutes.
Well, and technically we have 5 seconds left before we can say congratulations to 116th, which is right now. Congratulations, 116th. You have just secured a seed in the playoff, which will be determined here at the conclusion of all the matches. 82nd AD. This one's going to be a tough one for them, but I'll give credit. 82nd AD has found themselves down before. Their performance in the summer league this last summer is not something that they took lightly. They were able to come back. They were able to bounce back to 3rd place in the last seasonal. They had some good wins here. I think they're going to be able to go back to the drawing board, see where possibly they could tighten up some things. Maybe combining up armor a little bit more. Neither one of these sides really using artillery.
No airheads other than that one that made it about 5 seconds. I really don't think we had any effective airheads come down this entire match. But credit where credit's due. 82nd AD held for the longest time the middle point, and they had a really good pressure up in the beginning game. Just late game started to fall to pieces.
Well, let's go ahead and go through the 116 scoreboard here real quick and let me know. Sure. Hold on, check this out.
What do we got?
116th saying, you know what? We're all in. The victory's ours. Now with and this is reminiscent of a match last week.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're saying.
Where these orange dots, I mean, we're ready to sign this one off, but 116th not happy with the 4-1. They're going to go ahead and push all in. And they want the 5-0, and they're going to get it. From all intents and purposes right now, they're going to get it. There's not a single spawn in that's able to really contest this with how many numbers the 116th got.
Yeah, 116 going with the resistance is futile. They are going to take the 5-0. Final seconds.
Look at this Sherman trying to drive up over here on the left-hand side. Let's see if we can catch him. Hey, guys, I want to come in. Let me cap. I want to come in.
Yeah.
And that's going to be that. So
that will be that. What a good match. What a good round. I can't wait to see what 116 does into the playoffs. They're going to be, I don't know. Excel did the math, but I'm not sure if he did the linkage for 116 and who they'd be playing next.
Yeah. It is, man, this is one of those matches that you just sit back, win or loss, man. You just gotta sit back. You need to walk away from your computer. You need to just
take a deep breath.
Oh, recoup, man. I mean, how many cap flips? We're going to have to go back to the replay. 3, 4, 5 cap flips. A lot like on Chapel. couple on Drown Fields. Obviously, there's no coming back from capping St. Marie Approach, as 1/16 is going to get the win.
A lot of good back and forth there. Really good match by both teams.
Indeed. So defeat goes to 82nd AD. Congratulations for your performance thus far in the seasonal. But that is going to be that. Let's go ahead and look at the 1/16 side. Actually, I was going to say, you talked
Black
about...
Shooter only rolling with the 2,000 support score. Not as high as you'd think for almost a 90-minute match.
Scrolling through this here. Artillery, like we were in Airy. Artillery, I mean, I was going to say, for this match, things that I expect to see just didn't materialize nearly as much with the artillery play. The armor, we saw a few armor lines up, especially at the beginning. The 82nd AD shutting down that Sherman and then coming right back behind on that Stewart for the third shot to take him out. But this was really just a play of infantry just going back and forth. And it was a pleasure to broadcast.
A lot of consistent combat scores, averaging almost about 1,700 here for 1/16.
Yeah,
a lot of top dog shooters.
And let's see if we can get a... Let's see here if we can get a little interview. I'll message out to our guys right there.
You bringing in Kale?
I'm going to try.
We can maybe once and for all answer, what is your name?
I was going to say, or apologize for slaughtering
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, so let's go ahead and go back here. Let's set this up. We'll close out of Hell Let Loose. Let's get up to our strat sketch. While we were talking, Digi, what kind of stood out to you?
I really have to say it was the gunplay brought in by 1/16, and that I think they performed quite nicely throughout the whole thing. 82nd AD had a really good hold on that southern edge and on the T junction, like you said, for the longest time. And I really think they had all the checks to win it too. Like, I think it was for the longest time we were running out to probably 45 minutes left in the game, where I really think it was anybody's game still at that point. I mean, we saw it in the first 20 or was it 15 minutes to take that middle point for the first time.
Yeah, so that opening fight was just great.
Really,
you love any match where the opening fight around the midpoint goes past 10 minutes. You're like, okay, do I use a bombing run? Do I use an arrowhead to try to take this midpoint?
I think from those standpoints, it was a very entertaining game to watch in general. I really had a lot of fun just watching that back and forth happen. Because we'll have to go back through the video replay, but I think you're right. 5 or 6 point exchanges throughout that whole game. So quite high for a seasonal match, and we love to see it.
Yeah,
it wasn't very static. It was pretty dynamic.
I think if you're a team scouting 1/16 going forward on this one,
take the North Compound.
no, they prioritize that North Compound. But actually, in hindsight, I didn't mind 82nd AD's play for that T intersection because of the point layout. No, it was the northern. I think they knew they had to take the North Compound in order to get to AA Battery, but I think a missed opportunity for 82nd AD not to get a red zone garrison or some cheeky launch garrison to get some cap progress on 82nd AD. I think that was a missed opportunity. But if you just heard the little chime, that means that we're joined by the newest playoff team in the spring seasonal, Tempest. Welcome.
Hey.
Welcome.
I think just by your little side there, I was going to say, we were talking earlier, that's one of those matches you just sit back and go, man, that match felt like 3 hours. How was it playing in
I always looking at the timer. So much back and forth. Oh my God.
Clockboard watching?
Yeah, we're so let's kind of walk through this. The opening 12, 13 minutes before you decide on the midpoint didn't go your way. What kind of goes through your guys' mind? What was the call outs like? Was it like in your guys' Discord?
First of all, we lost, I think, the center truck, which is the most important for getting the hard cap. So this was a huge blow, but we usually calculate that this can happen. Yeah, and then it was pretty calm, to be honest, because we knew there's still a lot of time.
Now
And
we saw you guys prioritize that northern compound northwest of the chapel. Was that any time that was lost? Was it just like get everything back to get back that compound?
Yeah, it was also because we had from the start of the game on, we had a lot of guys on that position, and we had some issues getting a hold onto the hard cap, and I think that's also the reason we weren't able to get the initial mid cap.
Yeah, the cap pressure on it.
Yeah, but I think focus should have been more on getting into the hard cap, but it's difficult, and if you have no other point to start from, you have to start from the compound.
Yeah. Now, one thing I gotta ask you, I pre-game I praised 116's armor. I was like, man, their armor is aggressive. We've seen, I mean, we've been on the receiving end of some double Luke's pushes or some light tanks. The armor in this one, I actually think 82nd AD probably got a little bit better of you guys in the armor. What happened with your guys' armor today?
In general, I think we had some issues with the resources.
Gotcha.
We played a little bit more defensive overall, and I think it always comes a lot of down to who needs to push, and especially for the first like 45 minutes, we were a lot in the position of the ones that had to push, and this is always quite a disadvantage for a tanker, because the tank that has to move first usually is the one that gets shot first,
Indeed.
and also the one that goes down first.
Yeah,
so that's
patience.
a lot.
Patience is one of the hardest things.
Yes.
Yeah, and then if it's it doesn't matter if you win 5-0 or 2-3, and so if you have the mid cap, you are very patient because you don't have that much pressure as a tanker. And if you are the one that has to go against, it's a risky business.
Yeah.
So,
well,
run me through how you guys were feeling on that first take on Drowned. You guys started to flip it around like the 30-minute mark. You got like initial pressure in by one squad. I can't recall, but I believe Kale was involved at some point. And you started to have that. Was the thought going through it with 30 minutes left, you send it all in now, or do we kind of hold back?
This was also super cool. I think Maynard also. So first of all, Maynard did a superb job when he got, after the second chapel cap by us, he got 1 OP into fields. And this basically, so I don't know, I didn't see the enemy's map obviously, but I suppose this forced the enemy to retreat from chapel, because I think we were halfway through, and this was the first really big play, because this got us chapel into a safe position. And I think then what you said is the next kind of risky play. We had 2 outposts, I think, 1 tank at fields, and we were losing our defense at the same point, losing our garrisons, and we then just went for the flip, which is super risky, because if you lose it, then you are behind. But I'm just glad it worked out.
Well, it's got to give you quite the grin on your face, though, when you see you're winning that cap race.
Yeah, those are the big moments, I think.
Yeah. Well, and let me, before all of the Greyhound tankers take my face and put it on a dartboard, the armor from 116th on the Drowned Fields really came out to play. And that was, I think, the successful take that you took for Drowned Fields. And then we saw it there at the end, the armor combining in with the infantry. I want to say, what was it? Who was the final squad leader that kept that push on there? Was it Maynard, if I remember correctly, as a squad leader getting that OP down there?
It's quite possible, yeah.
Yeah, then with that armor coming up, that was really, really well done. And that's what token thing we've seen you guys use time and time again. What was the most challenging thing that the 82nd did from you, as far as, like, was it their artillery? Was it infantry play? Like, what was one thing that you're going to walk away from as a lasting memory of 82nd from this match?
The artillery was super annoying, and we had struggles with getting their RT out of the game. We sent our weekends. We tried to snipe from the back, but I don't know what they did over there, but they seem to have a really good RT defense and some really good shooters at the artillery. I think they had. I'm pretty sure the artillery guy was over 1,000 combat points, and that itself tells the story.
To take it back to your guys' point of view, why did you decide to just selectively build defense on the one gun and not spread the love across multiple guns? You really had like that money gun in the middle, fully protected.
If you don't know what to call it, we'll think of something to call it. It was your money gun.
Yeah.
No, that's mainly a question of the amount of supplies you can get at the start of the game. And if you want to have a super defense for all 3 artillery guns, it takes super much supplies. And the game start is basically the only time you can get a lot of supplies because no one has a different job to do. And we just calculate how much supplies we can get there and what's the best we can build with it. And always try to have 1 artillery going at least for the whole game.
Yeah,
and then it's also about sometimes you have the artillery is around walls or natural buildings. Then it's easier to cover 3 or even 2 or even 3 artilleries. But on the beach on Utah, you need to build everything yourself basically, and that's hardly possible with the supplies you can get at game start.
Indeed. Well, I was going to say congratulations, making it off into the playoffs. I'm sure Excel and Soxes are starting to work it all up. If you're going to be in the 6-7 seed, so I think obviously you want the 6th seed because you don't want to go against WTH or Core.
That's the best seed we can get right now. Sure.
Yeah. So if you had let's start this. If you had to choose who you would go through or go compete against between Trigger, Blacklist, or Esprit OP BHB, which one? I was gonna say marry, fuck, kill. No. Yeah, let's go do it. Let's do it. Who out of Blacklist, Trigger, ESPOP, which ones would you marry and fucking kill?
Loaded question.
We would go for marriage with you.
Oh no, you can kill me. You can kill me. It doesn't. You don't have
to. We would try to kill Trigger. I think. No, Blacklist.
You can
and we would try to fuck. Fuck Trigger, yeah. I don't mean fuck Trigger, yeah. I didn't say it.
Yeah, no.
You're in the hot seat here, Tempest.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what's worse, me asking the question or you trying to answer it. But thanks for being a good sport on that one. That's going to get clipped and taken out of context way too much.
Well, he said.
Yeah, he said.
Well, congrats on the win there, Tempest. It was well earned. Again, really entertaining game. As me and Incha were just talking, like that was what, like six or 7, and if I have to say it again, it'll probably be 9 or 10 different point flips throughout this game. So it was really, really dynamic, and you don't always get that in the seasonal. So really entertaining game, and congrats on your win.
Thanks. It's a worthy game for getting a playoff slot, and also a shout out to Gem and the 82nd for a really nice game.
Indeed. So, Digi, I think you summarized it up right there. I got nothing left to add. Final comments, final thoughts from you.
I got nothing. Just really entertaining. Thanks for bringing me in. And again, congrats, Tempest. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the playoffs. Maybe we have a meetup. I don't know. People are better with math and numbers than me. Definitely can figure this one out. So, congrats, and that's all I got.
Perfect. So for the rest of the spring season, make sure you check out next week, which will be round 1 of the playoffs. There's going to be 4. It's going to be the quarterfinals, single elimination. You win, you move on, you're out, you're there. This determines the top 8 of current HL communities, which 1/16th is now currently one of 82nd AD. We wish you the best to all the rest of the teams. Looking forward to the matches next week. Take care.